Hello Africa and welcome to this exclusive interview. I'm your host Nadine Tonguem and you're watching Empower Success in Africa. I'm joined today by pop star who's taking the world by storm. She's been in the business for decades, but it's only in 2014 after being signed that she broke all stereotype barriers and went global. She has shared the stage with some of the biggest names in the African music industry. People like Davido, Tiwa Savage, Don Jay-Z. Her Afropolitan sound has exploded to an international scale, especially with her mega hits, Rastafari, with music video view on YouTube of more than 120,000 in just 10 months. Right here with us today we have the beautiful Daphne.
Ever do me well, you. That's why I'm trusting everything you do. It's so generous.
Thank you so much, Daphne, for accepting my invitation. I mean, I know how hectic your life can be right now since the last release of your album.
It's my pleasure. You know, I talk a lot about the unity thing between media people and singers, journalists. It's very important because that's the way we grow.
Thank you again, really, thank you. I mean, another successful single, just like Rastafari. I mean, or even more with the Gunshot single. I mean, you released it on the 6th of May, and it's got a lot of buzz out there.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit, what a powerful song title.
Yes, it is. It's one which, if you think of thoroughly, it has a lot of meaning. It has much more than one meaning. So, and that's what I always try to put out to my fans, a song which many people can relate to in their own way. Some people will call it a political song. Some people will call it a song for strugglers. Some people will call it a song for unity and peace. So it has that diversity. Yeah.
But there's a bit of controversy with the meaning of the song, just like you just mentioned. What is Gunshot all about? The Gunshot song, what's it all about? What's the story behind it? The true story behind it?
Well, Gunshot is actually a war-themed song, but it's about it's a cry for unity among artists. Yeah, and most people think it's a political thingy, but no, it's a cry for unity amongst artists, media people, showbiz, yeah, for us to grow. So it's kind of like saying, encouraging young artists that we are not afraid of those gunshots, those things that people might do to us for us not to grow or to keep us back, to pull us back while we're trying to grow, the hating and all of that. We're not afraid of it. Whatever we have to do, we are going to do. So it's kind of like, why don't us just unite and make this thing a beautiful thing worth looking at, yeah, worth enjoying.
If I may recap for what you just said, you mean it's about unity between, is it between among you the artists or between the media and the artists?
It's among artists and media and artists. Social media, TV, radio, all of that. It's among media people. I just want to put them all in the same box because it's showbiz.
Of course.
Yeah, it's all showbiz, so it's that kind of unity. But I had the deeper meaning, the second meaning to me, which even became the first meaning. The second meaning to me was like we are not afraid of let me see, because Cameroon is passing through some hard times now with the Boko Haram and stuff like that. So it's kind of a call for unity, stop the war, let's stop the war and unite. So that actually even came to be the main meaning.
Going back to that last point that you actually mentioned about the whole Boko Haram, I mean, I mean, Cameroon has gone through a lot. Boko Haram, with the whole Ebola crisis happening around Cameroon. Did you not think it was a bit risque to come out with such a theme, gunshots?
The truth is, I thought a lot about it. I asked so many people because I was afraid, let people not come and look for me in my house saying I'm singing against them. So I thought about it a lot, but my drive was that it has more to do than just talk about Boko Haram. Yeah, it has much more meaning than just that. So I wasn't focusing my inspiration or my ideas on the war with Boko Haram. No. So I thought I was free from that.
Now, going back to our very second question, where you're actually talking about the controversies happening both in-house between you, the artist, and probably also taking the media in. Is it something that you went through throughout your career that motivated you to bring out such a theme, or was it just a cry for maybe some of the artists' scandal?
Well, I don't want to always put myself in front. Yeah, because it's kind of my experience, but I don't want to really talk about that. But because I see a lot of other artists going through the same thing. You know, there are a lot of young artists that want to grow up, but the older ones, the ones who are already like have a name, are trying to put them down, bury their talents. It happened to me anyway. Since I spoke about it, I'll have to maybe give you a little tip of my
anecdotes, please.
Yeah. So it happened to me while I was still trying to to make a name or to even get known. A lot of artists were like, "Your voice is too childish." Yes, I got that a lot. Your voice is too childish. There's something just not right about the way you're singing. I got that a lot. But it took a few people to see the talent in me, to believe in me. And
so that means you were indirectly bullied by the famous artist, which we're not going to name right now. Is it?
Yes, but no gunshots. I'm not shooting at you.
Okay, so let's make that clear,
okay.
Daphne. Gunshot isn't about you're not rallying for war.
Yeah.
You're literally just using the term to highlight some of the difficulties and challenges that younger artists are facing in the industry.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's put it out there.
Yeah.
Clear. Any other thing to add to that?
No. Fine.
Time for a quick break, please. And when we come back, Daphne is going to tell us all about her challenges in the industry. Thank you.
Daphne, my brother no be like. Look inside the mirror, you know, go see what in my eyes they see. So give a hand to a fellow man, not so it's supposed to be. Cause it's all about the love we share. So make we know the fear no gunshot. We know the fear no gunshots. But everybody wanna take control. And I know like the way things to go. No, 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 no. Turn it off, everybody. No delay, break it down. Turn it off, everybody. We no go fear no gunshot. Cause I don't wanna hear no woman cry. We no go fear no gunshot. We no wanna hear nobody cry. We no go fear no gunshot. Hey, this is our area, this is your area. We no go fear no gunshots. No gunshots, yeah. No gunshots. No gunshots. No gunshots. No gunshots. No gunshots.
Hello and welcome back. Still with Daphne again. Daphne, I mean, we actually just entering into some of the challenges that you face in the industry. So can you just take us through, as a female artist, I mean, what are some of the critical challenges that you've been affronted to?
I bet every female artist will be able to answer that. Yeah, because most of my fiercest challenges I faced when I was just beginning. Yeah, I went through a lot of so many studios and so many people wanting something for something.
Sorry, something for something. No, this is Empower Success in Africa. We're here to empower success. What is the something that they've been wanting? Because we need to point the finger at them right now. Go ahead.
Okay, like people wanting to maybe have a piece of me, like date me or sleep with me before they maybe take me seriously or put me out there.
For signing you
yes.
into the deal.
Not even signing, just maybe doing me a couple of singles that I can put out there on my own. So it was that stressful for me. Then later on in my musical career, I tried, that was early 2013, I tried to get into a couple of studios, to get signed into a couple of studios. They weren't actually record labels, but it was tough because they had their own priorities. Nobody was seeing what Steven saw in me. Nobody was seeing what No Hit No Records saw in me. Even though my friends could tell, my friends were like, "You're a star, you were born to be a star." My mother was like, "You're born to be a star," but they were just not getting it. Then when I just released Rastafari, that was another phase of challenges because it was like hard to express myself, express the song. I could sing it in the video, sing it in the studio, but expressing it, like performing it
back a lot.
Performing it was difficult for me because I'm usually the reserved type. So performing it was kind of like a whole new world. You have to go to this show, you have to go to this show, and people coming for photos. It was kind of like really challenging for me. Then making myself known too was another phase. I remember I performed in one nightclub and they were like, "Tu fais quoi ici? On ne veut pas ça ici. Sors de là."
Oh my gosh. Oh
Just when I started, yes.
That's so mean.
Yeah, it was that serious. I usually get scared.
I'm sorry,
sometimes.
like, did they actually call you up to the nightclub?
Yes. And the people were like, well,
Was it the audience or the
audience,
nightclub management?
The
Okay.
audience
The
were
audience,
like,
okay.
"On ne veut pas ça ici," because it was hard matching the song Rastafari to the name Daphne. Yeah, so they called Daphne out, and everybody was like, But when I started singing like Rastafari, they were like, "Oh, she's the one!" So that was like.
So you had a huge problem of people identifying with you.
Like matching the name to the and the song,
actually.
or giving a name to the track. Like Daphne is the singer of Rastafari and stuff like that. Those have been my challenges down the road. Right now, my main challenge is going through with school and music. Yeah, I'm presently in the Catholic University. I moved from UB, from the University of Buea. I moved, so I'm presently in the Catholic University reading management. So it's really tough dealing with music and school because I move a lot since I'm a new artist. I think it's even better now that I'm new because when I become like really big,
forensic,
so it's really hard. I move a lot. I miss classes. I thought I wasn't going to say that.
So tell us. Go deep. Get into the details. Now that it's out there, get into the details.
Okay. I miss classes a lot, but though my lecturers are very understanding, They give me tests when I miss tests. They help me out like that, but it's really tough. So that's my major challenge now.
Going back to what you've just said again about the whole transfer from Buea University to the Catholic University. Why the transition? I mean, you were studying psychology at UB,
Yeah.
and now you're doing management at the Catholic University. Why?
Well, psychology is something I love doing. But before doing psychology, I did women and gender studies and sociology. So I'm done with that. But psychology is a bit similar to them. And I wanted something which could bring out my entrepreneurial skills. Yeah.
I thought as much.
Yeah. I wanted something which could help me come out with some entrepreneurial ideas, how to match them up, how to manage them. Because as an artist, I could still do something else.
You're building an empire.
Yeah, exactly. So that's mainly it. Wanted to grow, bring out that entrepreneurial thing in me.
And did you find it easy getting to the Catholic University?
Yes, it was very easy. I got in mid-term because when I was in UB, when I was doing psychology, I was in my second year. So it was already mid-term when I decided to leave and go to the Catholic University. I entered there as every other student, no names.
Very important to mention that. So you went through all the criteria, through all the screening.
Yes, yeah. So a couple of people helped me and I got in. So it wasn't difficult for me.
Okay, now going back to your transition from your Rastafari video to the gunshot video, that's quite an extrapolated transformation. Yeah, because it's totally far away from your mini album Reflection. We see sassiness, we see gangster, we see sexy, we see powerful with the whole leather suit. I mean, tell us, what is going on in your head now?
I'm a woman. That's one point. Women are full of surprises. full of surprises and strength, enthusiasm, all of that put together. Well, I wouldn't call it such a transformation because most people forget that I had just one track out there before Gunshot, and I was kind of like introducing myself in Rastafari. So Gunshot was putting out me. Gunshot was that whole Daphne thingy out there. Yeah, you know, the gangster, a little tomboyishness, a little sexiness, all that mixed together. That's just me.
And is that the Daphne of the entertainment, or is that Daphne the same Daphne that we have at home and among our friends?
Yes, and I'll say no at the same time. No, because it's still me, flesh and blood. But I would say no, because I don't get to. I'm not that rugged. Normally at home, I'm usually somewhat timid. Yeah, somewhat timid and quiet. No, well, generally somewhat quiet and timid. But it's still the same singer. It's still the same face.
So are you just like Britney Spears on stage and Beyonce at home?
Very much that.
Is
I
it?
think so, yeah, very much that. And people don't get to understand me. They think like when they see me, I've had interviews with some media people, and they're like, "This is not you we see on expecting one rugged girl. You just be moving and just be fuck you, yeah, everywhere." Right. So yeah, but this is me. It's just the way I choose to be. It's me. It's actually me. I don't plan to demarcate or differentiate like that. It just happens. But that's just me.
Okay, Daphne, we're gonna conclude this interview with one very last say to all the young girls out there, all the young boys out there, in whatever field, either it's still school or still planning to do something in your life. I mean, throughout your experience, you've learned a lot, and I'm sure you can give a perfect advice or a perfect holy grail advice for them to take on. So please.
Okay. One thing I would like to say to all the boys and girls out there, my fans or my non-fans, I would like to say you should dream big. Don't be afraid to dream. And if you've not started fearing your dreams, then you've not started dreaming. That it should be so big, so high up there that you're afraid, like, can I achieve this dream? But you work towards it. But don't be afraid of it. Success is all about risk taking. Success is all about how far you want to get and how much you do to get there. So dream big, work hard, put your ambitions ahead, set your goals straight, and believe in yourself, believe in God. I would say it again, trust someone around you. It's always very important.
Daphne, it's always a tradition on Empower Success in Africa show that you never go empty-handed. Never,
Okay.
never. First of all, this little cup here, when you get home, you always think of me. Think of Empower Success in Africa.
I love presents.
It states nobody can go back and start in your beginning, but anyone can start now and make a new ending. So this is Empower Success in Africa, always giving you a little reminder. We know you know more than this, but just a little reminder, kicking you off. So my assistant is gonna bring a packet to me. Also inside, you have a little, I'm just gonna put this. You also have a diary, just to jot down. I know we're almost in the mid of the year, but I'm sure half of this is gonna be so helpful. I mean, you have such a hectic schedule, and so it's a tradition. It's a tradition. You can't live Empower Success in Africa without this.
Okay. I'm shy.
No, it's okay. It's for
Thank
you.
Thank you so
deserve
much.
it. You deserve
That's
it.
beautiful. Thank you.
You deserve it. Thank you. Thank you so much. There's another tradition,
Yeah.
and it's the whole Empower Success in Africa pose.
And it's a particular pose.
Yeah, I mean success, power.
Oh.
That's the pose.
Oh.
Always.
I was doing my style,
So
my starting, modeling kind of things. Yeah.
So you're gonna have to do one for me. Yes. Okay. That was Daphne. Thank you to her for joining us again today, despite her hectic schedule. Please don't forget to log on to our blog, empowersuccessinafrica.blogpost. You can also go to our Facebook page, Empower Success in Africa. You can also Google our Google Plus page, which is Nadine Tonguem. Please, to you again, thank you so much all for watching. And we'll see you again next time with another special guest. Thank you. It was Empower Success in Africa.